Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie Holder, and this is the Weather and Lifestyle News Show, uh, where not really political, but we have lifestyle news, culture, animals, recalls, and other things. I hope you enjoy the show. Hello to Karen. Karen, earthquake in Illinois. I was shocked. So we have that for you, and we got some storms brewing up over the Atlantic. And, they put out Thanksgiving weather, and I was like, we're a week away. Come on, folks. The Weather Channel is trying to hurry Thanksgiving up. Well, I'm not ready for turkey just yet, you know. And I got a nice turkey in the freezer that we are going to my granddaughter's, but I want my own turkey. I want turkey sandwiches and turkey soup, turkey noodle, turkey. Yes. So, I really, um, I got sidetracked by Susan. I'm sorry. I try to read chat as I go along, and Susan's brother is in the hospital. He's in ICU, so prayers for Miss Susan. Sorry about that, Susan. I know you just got over being sick too. Um, oh, is it COVID, Susan? We could talk COVID on this show. My daughter's got it, and she got hit pretty hard. And then me, I had a weird headache over the weekend. It was just crazy, crazy headaches. Uh, Boy, the health going into, they say the most, um, they call the fall the migraine flu season. And maybe that's why they want you to go get the flu shots. So I don't know. So, prayers for Susan. All right. Weather. Oh boy, we've got some stuff in the Atlantic. And like I said, they keep wanting to put out Thanksgiving weather. Now, I know everybody is jumping on planes. Be nice. Don't get kicked off the plane. And if someone is being rude, just let the airline handle it. Don't, you get mixed up in it and they'll kick you off too. Uh, but it's going to be everybody's on edge, everybody's in a hurry. There's people that are regular travelers that they know what they're doing and they don't want you in their way. And so families going by trains, planes, and automobiles. Yeah, go watch that movie. That's one of my favorites. That movie just cracks me up. So everybody is going to start heading out today and tomorrow for a Thanksgiving. If not, they go out usually around Wednesday, Monday through Wednesday. So I'm going to get on with the weather, and it's Miss Davis today. Sorry about that, Karen. Karen likes Ari and William, and a lot of us like Miss Davis. I try to match up what she's wearing, but I don't usually grab it till right before the show. So I hope for the best. So I got polka dots on today. Kind of polka dots. Uh, I call it my polka dot shirt, and it's got a little thing at the bottom that looks like zebra stuff. It's a mixed up, confusing shirt. You never know what to wear with it. As women, you got to match everything. Well, not me today. Boy, you should. I'm all mismatched. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that nap, huh, William? I call William up. Oh, no. All right, so let's get to the weather. You guys don't want to hear about my clothes and sleeping patterns. All right, so here she is.
There's what's doing in the Atlantic, and we have a couple of areas that we're watching. We'll start with that yellow blob off the southeast coast. Now, this will likely become a low pressure within the next couple of days or so and could bring some gusty winds to parts of Florida. We'll be tracking this. Now, this has a low chance of tropical development, but it is going to move north along the east coast. So it will stay offshore, but it will be of interest to us because it could play into some weather this weekend or even next week. Now, we've been tracking this one all week long. This is in the Caribbean, and we are watching for this to develop. Right now, it has a pretty decent chance that we could see a tropical depression or a low-end tropical storm out of this as it moves to the north toward Hispaniola and Jamaica. Now, the takeaway with this, regardless of development, heavy rain and flooding. That will be a major concern.
They had They had those winds over in, I believe, Europe. Some of them were almost 200 miles an hour. Yikes! They sustained a lot of damage. Um, so prayers for them over there. Many homes were lost. Um, Let me get rid of this because I want to get in on this latest earthquake thing. Um, you guys wouldn't believe. Um, um, the United States. Wish I could zoom it in a little bit. I'm afraid to zoom it because then it goes too far. It's not zooming. Oh, yeah, it did. See? Now we're in the middle of the ocean. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, let's reset this thing. Now it's telling me this app isn't available. Um, Maybe I shouldn't touch things, huh? Well, let me try this again. Because you guys got to see this. Now it says the map isn't available, so I'm gonna have to reload the whole thing. Um, all right, now I'm not touching it now. I'm just gonna leave it where it's at. Okay, it's back again. All right, don't touch it, right, Karen? Don't touch it. All right. So the one that's way up here was a 3.6 in Standard, Illinois. It was about 3 miles deep. I'm thinking they felt it. If you're up around Illinois and you felt a little jolt, a little shaking, like that cranberry commercial where everybody kind of wiggles, uh, it could. You guys could have felt it. Now, I thought it was going to go further east. Remember, I said Karen and Susan better watch out for this. Well, then we had Bluff City, Kansas had one at 2.7. And then we had one in Langston, Oklahoma. All of these are very shallow. And then, of course, we go down to Minton, Texas. Um, and then Cayenosa, Texas, a 3.5. And I wanted to start there because the one in Illinois really surprised me when I opened it up. And I went, wow, a bunch. Not so much on the San Andreas Fault of Pinnacles, California. Um, that was only a 2.8. And there's really everything's kind of small today. We go with the choo-choo train effect from New Zealand all the way up to, let's see, Tonga. There's a small chain of them. Um, a 4.1 for Cook Strait, New Zealand. Then we had another one in New Zealand, but the North Island. And that one was pretty deep. One was real shallow, one was very deep. Then we had Tonga, Humatonga, 4.8, and that one was 70 miles deep. And then Hiflo, Tonga, and that was real deep. So it went shallow to deep to shallow to deep. It's just out of control, back and forth, back and forth. The deep ones we have to watch for. So then we have one over in the Banda Sea. That was a 5.0. I think that's pretty much the biggest ones. Um, Iceland is still rumbling, and they say they're almost can see lava at this point. And they didn't have no new videos. Well, they did of a lady's her house is shaking, and she's just unnerved by all the earthquakes. Up in Japan, Matsuzaki, Japan, 4.1. Very quiet in Alaska, which we had a bunch of them this week. That was a 2.8, so nothing really, it's real quiet. So pretty much I'm saying everything is too quiet. We had three of them over in Puerto Rico, a 3.2, a 3.3. There's one more down here in the bottom. no, another one with 3.2. So kind of, and they're all pretty 30, 20 to 30 miles deep. So they're not, I don't think they're really going to feel any of these. So it's pretty quiet there too. Then Chile, 4.2. And then Argentina, 4.4. If you noticed, everything's dropped. It went fives, it went almost to sixes, and then it dropped. Um, and then everything got real quiet. Um, and I haven't watched Dutch. I haven't watched the last few Dutch since, so I'm not sure what his forecast is. And maybe I should have went to see why everything just went real quiet. Is it going to come back in a fury, or is it all going to build back up? Now, with this one up in Illinois, I'm expecting something to go up in the higher um, regions of the East Coast. I don't think it's going to go down. I think it's just going to go straight across, which would be Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Martha's Vineyard, maybe. I don't know. I think that's what it. I'm just guessing on that because usually it goes across, and then we have a bunch on the western coast again. One in Italy, 4.3 of Malta, not Malta, Malta. This was almost, this was 350 miles deep, real deep. And then we had one over Afghanistan, almost at Iran, 4.9. So, and then let's see if this is the same one I did over here. No, Indonesia and Bengkulu, that was a 4.8, and that was 50 miles deep. So it's too quiet. I'm going to say it's very quiet. I looked earlier, it was 22 earthquakes. We're up to about 28. So very quiet day, and I'm expecting a lot tomorrow. I'll have to wait and see. I'm forecasting in my own way that we're going to see probably a lot more tomorrow. So, all right, we're done with that. Sorry about the mishap. My map just messed up. All right, so the vampire virus. They said,
Scientists have
oops, I
unearthed
got to
something
stop her.
truly extraordinary.
They say that this is probably the first time they're really starting to see it. It's usually very few places, not very many people catch it, but they're seeing a rise in it. And I don't think garlic's going to help. And it's not bats biting you on the neck, and it's not a Boris Karloff. Isn't he the one that played vampire, Boris Karloff? I'm probably wrong. You guys are way better at trivia than I am. Oh, we got trivia coming up too at the end of the week. So anyway, let's learn about this vampire virus. And of course, we got Miss Davis. Looks like what she had on yesterday, but here we go.
Scientists have unearthed something truly extraordinary. For what may be the first time, researchers have found a vampire virus. No, this virus doesn't wear capes or avoid garlic, but it has been lurking in the shadows, metaphorically speaking. Scientists call it a vampire virus because it was found to be latched onto the neck of a larger virus. The vampire virus lost the ability to reproduce on its own, but evolved to find help from a different virus in this unique way. This discovery is a new example of one of the many ways viruses can interact with each other. There is still more research to be done, but unearthing the secrets of the vampire viruses has opened up new doors to understanding viral evolution. So, while they may not turn into bats or fear the sunlight, these viruses are proven to be just as intriguing as their mythical namesake.
I tried to see who released this, and it looks like the Wuhan lab. To me, I get very conspiracy theory on it when I hear that lab. Uh, but it's new, it's weird. They said it has been in the past. The article I read on it, it has been found in the past, and it's a virus that latches onto another virus. and then it makes it even worse. Too many viruses out there. Let's just stick with the flu and the colds. Yeah, we don't need no more weird, unexplainable viruses that latch onto another virus. So I thought that was very interesting in bringing it to you guys. All right, so we got this. I like this. I love this story. A horse has gone viral on social media, and it came from TikTok. He's a 17-year-old horse from Scotland, who owner has now had major people wanting to watch this horse that dances. It's an equestrian. Aaron Reed, 22, acquired Twinkle 7 years ago. He was the first horse that she basically told everyone. And let's see. Um, they say they never know what to expect with him, and he makes faces. And it doesn't have a. I don't think it has a video of him dancing. Uh, let's see. I'll have to see it. Probably not. No. And, okay. So I'm gonna let you take a look at this horse. They say her facial features, and it doesn't. Um, it's not is way better than her dance. She likes to shuffle her feet a lot. So you might have to go on online and look up Twinkle. Um, so I'm going to show you guys some pictures of this horse. Now there's one. Look at the. I mean, her eye is like wide open. Um, and then we got this one. They said she likes to do this with her head. She likes to tilt her head and make noises. Um, and she's loves being have human company, and does simple little tricks and makes noises and does facial features to keep her humans around. There's another picture of her. Um, so there we go again with her facial features. So she is Twinkle. They say a horse with a lot of character. Now I know horses do have a lot of character, folks, but from what I read about this, she is just something else. She is wanting to appease her human beings to stay around and be with her. I wouldn't be surprised if she's not one that figures out how to get in the house, and sits down at the table for some breakfast. So, um, awesome, awesome story. Um, okay. So a bobcat decided to get onto the golf course. Not what is it? I guess today is wild animals on the golf course, because not only do we have a bobcat, but we have a snake that was captured. So this bobcat scores an actual birdie on the golf course. And I'll show you a picture of him. And there he is on the golf course with looks like a basket of balls. Um, she's a good size. It's a good sized bobcat, and this was recently at a Florida golf course. And this is coming from Wink News. The meteorologist Matt Devitt. Golfing in Florida is always a surprise because you never know what comes upon the golf course. The bobcat was prowling the range at the Sanctuary golf course, and it's reminiscent of a wild scene captured at the Silverleaf Country Club in Arizona. Um, so, accompanying the footage captured by River Pig Saloon shows a bobcat hunting ducks around one of the greens, using steep bunkers as cover before launching a successful attack. Um, oh, he's got one, someone said in the group. And the bobcat leaps from the bunker, scattering the flock, and other golfers act and they're giggling and they're giddy about it. And so the image showing the bobcat patrolling Florida golf course. But he did get a birdie, they say, but no one seemed to capture the video. So here we go. He's definitely hunting those geese. They said, "Oh, he's got one." Oh, I'm glad they didn't show it. That's just not a good thing. All right. So on this day, folks, guess what happened today? I'd have put this one as a trivia question because on this day in 1956, um, what happened? Well, Elvis made his big screen debut in "Love Me Tender." Yeah, like for all them Elvis fans. So I don't know if anybody knew that, but on this day, history of November 15th, "Love Me Tender," yes, came out. Um, oh, another thing, on the 15th of November, my dog is a year old today. Does it seem like it, Karen? Jewel is a year old today. I had to go look at her paperwork, and yeah, today is her birthday. So I keep telling her she's a birthday dog. I'm gonna spoil her like William does his dog. I'm gonna go get her a can of some good dog food full of gravy. Give her a belly ache. So happy birthday to my little dog Jewel. Uh, all right, so this one here, the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. I gotta agree with these guys. They are moving. There's a wide range of livestock in this area, and the federal government decided this week that they're going to release a lot of grizzlies in the area. To me, this isn't a good idea, folks. You got a lot of cattle, and grizzlies they want T-bone steaks. Um, so the people around the area with cattle don't know what to do, um, because bears can climb. And if for these ranches of being hundreds of acres, there's just no way to keep an eye on all their cattle. And they say that such a move would threaten not only that but public safety because it's close to a town. I don't know what this administration is thinking, but to move grizzlies down further out of their regular habitat uh, into an area that is mostly cattle. I mean, I could give you my opinion, but not on this show. I think it's just wrong, and I'm agreeing with the National Cattlemen's Beef Association that this is public safety will be questioned, and also the cattle. And it's not just beef cattle. There's other type of livestock in that area. To me, it's a smorgasbord for grizzlies. Um, they say, in addition to local governments are even opposing this. The state is opposing it. Let me see. I thought I had a. Let's see. It's the Washington Forest area, William. So it's up around. It's in the state of Washington that they want to do this. The thing about it, even um, the local government and wildlife organizations, like I said, the cattlemen's organization, everybody is saying no, but this administration is insisting on putting the grizzlies there. It's not their known territory, and they're 20 times more likely to attack a human being than a black bear. A black bear, you can stand your ground a little bit and say, shoo bear or loud noises, but a grizzly, you can't. Grizzlies are a lot more different than just your regular brown or black bear. So this is very concerning. Um, they say gray wolf population near the ranch they have had a horrible time with, and they've been trying to get a, a, um, I don't want to say equal opportunity for the wolves and the cattle. They have just been trying to come up with programs to be able to keep the wolves at a distance of townspeople, and not only that, but the cattle ranchers. So this grizzly thing, this is something's wrong here. The grizzlies need to stay where the grizzlies want to be. They're very happy there. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, William. I don't know if you know anything about it. Um, um, Maybe William can keep an ear out and see what he can find out up there. But I know everybody's very upset. So we'll just have to wait and see. Um, so now we have on the golf course. Let's go back to the golf course. That was more fun. Um, this one here was a lady golfer said that they were getting close to the tee box. And this is South Africa when she spotted a rare sight in the distance. She pulled out her phone and found out it was a cobra where they're supposed to tee off. And so, here we go. That's a big snake. I don't know. That's oh yeah, I didn't like that sign there. That's an aggressive cobra. Get your gun, Martha. Get your gun, Martha. Yeah, I don't know. That's an awfully big snake. And see, it had that little critter up in the corner there, but I think it's taken off. So now it's looking for something right there where you're supposed to tee off. And thank goodness it's that big. So the golfers were able to see this how big the snake was. That's huge. I mean, those little round things on the golf course. They're pretty good size. So, oh wow. So so we had bobcat on the golf course today, and we had a cobra on the golf course. Um, send me your videos if you got stuff like this. This is crazy animal behaviors, except for the grizzly bears. All right, so um, massive flightless birds goes for a swim. Let's see if I can get this one set up. Okay, so um, here we go. Okay, so wow, why would I called it the suicide bird. It grows big, and they don't fly; they walk. So I was wondering. I wonder if that bird was drowning when these people recorded this. Um, who knows? Um, uh, I know I brought this to you guys a while back. It's the lead poisoning in applesauce and juices, and 22 kids have lead poisoning due to these pouches. Now, come to find out, now I know I did this the other day. Come to find out, these pouches you can't see in them. That's the problem. You remember the Capri Suns and some of them other juice pouches that you can't see inside? They were molding. And I always told everybody, Karen, I don't know if you remember, I think one of the first times I did my shows, I said, cut them open and pour it in a cup. If you can't see inside these containers, these pouches for your kids, applesauce, juice, any type of stuff in a pouch, you cannot see in, cut it open. You don't know how long the stores have it on the shelf. Back then, Karen, I believe I went to the store and I put an X on one of them boxes of the juices. And I went back, the following week, and that box was still in the front with the X on it. And then I went back a week later and it was still there. You just don't know how old these pouches or these containers are. It doesn't have a date on when it was made. Sometimes they'll have an expiration date, but if you can't see in these containers, don't open them up. Open them up. And if you get one or two and you've got mold in it, take the whole thing back and show them. Show them what's going on. Because now there's 24 reports of kids with high blood levels of lead, and this is all across the United States. This is happening, and so the CDC urged medical professionals to keep an eye out for cases of lead poisoning linked to applesauce. So be very careful. Open them containers, folks. Just open the containers. Um, um, William, I think William did the story on the I-10. Um, so I mean,
The
I
governor of
couldn't believe
California.
the destruction, but they say it's going to be closed for about 3 to 5 weeks. Now, if it would have burnt longer or it had collapsed, they said it could be months before the I-10 would be able to be or be repaired. So, and I got some pictures of it because I know William did the
The
story
governor
on
of
it.
California says it will take 3 to 5 weeks to repair and reopen a stretch of Interstate 10 in Los Angeles that was heavily damaged by a fire over the weekend. About 300,000 vehicles a day drive across this section of I-10, so it's a pretty big deal that it's shut down. That traffic includes freight from the twin ports of LA and Long Beach, which handle about half the goods that come into the U.S. About 100 freeway columns burned in the blaze that spread through a storage area Saturday. In terms of any weather that could impact crews working on the road, well, the area is set to get its first widespread rain of the season this week.
I keep kidding strange people. Huh. Well, no, it's a family that has went through hundreds, they said, of earthquakes. Um, and there's many accounts now that there people are even starting to videotape their earthquakes in their house. So we're off to the funny post of the day, the end of the show, and the best funny quotes about dogs. When your children are teenagers, it's important to have a dog so that someone in the house is happy to see you. A dog teaches a boy fidelity, perseverance, perseverance, and turn around 3 times before laying down. Yeah. If dogs could talk, it would be a lot of fun out of owning one. Yeah. Can you imagine what the dogs would say to us? Yeah, you stink. Yeah, you got bad breath. Boy, they would be. I know a lot of us have dogs, and I think dogs would be too truthful. They'd be saying, "My God, what are you wearing? Oh my, what'd you do to your face? Good Lord, woman, fix your hair." Yeah, I know mine would. Mine would be so truthful, I'd want to hurt them. I'd cinch their collar up one notch. If you think dogs can count, try putting 3 dog biscuits in your pocket and then giving Fido only 2 of them. Oh, I tell you what, I have my robe laying on the couch. I use it in the mornings to take him outside because it's in the 30s here. And they happened to chew up a bone on it. And I was like, no, you guys get off that. So I set it off the side. Well, they love me. Well, they love my robe now. They want my robe. They love my robe because it smells like dog biscuits, doggy bones. All right, what about cats? A cat could be very well man's best friend, but would never stoop to admitting it. Cats are smarter than dogs. You could get 8 cats to pull a sled through snow. In order to maintain, well, all you have to do is put a mouse in front of them. Off they go. Yeah. In order to maintain a well balanced perspective, the person who has a dog to worship him should also have a cat to ignore him. Thousands of years ago, cats were worshipped as gods. Cats have never forgotten this. They know they're gods. Okay, so that is it for the show. And me and William have a World War III report coming up in about 20 minutes. And great show. So come on back. And if not, we will see you tomorrow at the same time for more weather and lifestyle news. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday. And, it's church night. Uh, get in there and go.